So I've gone ahead and put our chocolate in the microwave. Now when you're microwaving your chocolate, you want to do it at about 30-second intervals because it's really easy to scorch your chocolate. So do it for 30 seconds, give it a little stir. If it's still kind of chunky, go back and stir it again. This has been in for about a minute. So I'm going to kind of check on it and see what it looks like. You can see it's starting to look almost sweaty, and that just means that it's finally starting to melt down. And you do want to kind of stir it because you'll notice that in most microwaves you'll have hot spots. One side of the bowl will melt a little faster than others, and if you stir it, you kind of minimize your chances of getting any sort of scorching. Now the reason we're using green is because most champagne bottles are a dark green glass. So it's just going to make our lives a little bit easier when we pour this. Now of course you can go ahead and use any sort of chocolate you wish. If you'd prefer to use dark chocolate or white chocolate, the luster dust really does an amazing job of covering up just about any color. But I went ahead and used the green just to make my life a little bit easier on the off chance that we didn't get 100% coverage. So it's not quite ready yet. We're going to put it back in our microwave. Now while that's microwaving, I'm going to go ahead and prep my mold. Now my mold comes with all this extra plastic around it, which is fine and dandy if these actually, like, say, snapped together, but they don't. Now you have a couple different options. You can go ahead and pour your chocolate into each side and make a solid champagne bottle. That's probably going to weigh about 4 pounds, which is really heavy to then stick on a cake. But if you're doing it for, say, like a Christmas present or a wedding present even, you can go ahead and make a solid chocolate bottle. But once again, it is really, really heavy and doesn't really work as well for cake. So today we're actually going to be making a hollow bottle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my heavy duty scissors and I'm going to cut around the outside of my mold. And what I want to be able to do is that when I use my alligator clips, I can push them right up to where the mold starts. So you'll notice our alligator clips aren't all that deep. So I want to make sure that the little edge that I leave is no larger than the distance to the back of the alligator clip. And you want to be careful when you're cutting this because it's really easy to cut yourself with this sharp plastic. And so what I like to do is kind of cut a little ways and then cut the extra off. And it just kind of minimizes your chances of cutting yourself with the sharp plastic. And you can also use like an X-Acto knife or a craft knife to cut around it, but I actually find that the scissors are more than adequate. And I'm going to go ahead and repeat that on the other side.